Alex stepped off the shuttle onto the orbital station Astra 9, his heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. The station floated like a shining jewel above Earth, a silver city of metal and glass with lights that sparkled against the black canvas of space. Humans and aliens lived here together, part of a new era of cooperation and discovery. For Alex, it was both thrilling and terrifying. He carried a small bag and his personal belongings, which were mostly books, clothes, and a few gadgets. The shuttle's ramp clanged behind him and he took a deep breath. This was it. His first time living away from Earth, his first time sharing a room with someone. Or something, he wasn't sure yet. "Welcome to Astra 9, Cadet Thompson," a voice chimed from the docking station's AI assistant. "Your assigned habitat module is 7C. Roommate assigned, Lyra Thalarian." Alex blinked. Thalarian? He had read about them in textbooks, but seeing it on a slip of paper felt different. Thalarians were aquatic-like aliens, tall and graceful, with smooth blue-green skin that shimmered under artificial lights. Their eyes were large, like liquid pools, and they moved in a fluid, almost hypnotic way. He walked toward the habitat modules, his boots echoing on the metallic floor. The station was alive with movement. Humans hustled to their labs, aliens floated effortlessly through corridors, and robots whirred by carrying equipment. Everything seemed organized yet chaotic, a delicate balance of technology and life. Finally, Alex arrived at Module 7C. The door hissed open as he tapped the access card. The room was compact but efficient. 2 sleeping pods, a small work area, and a shared bathroom. A thin window showed the vastness of space beyond. The Earth hung like a blue marble, clouds swirling over oceans and continents. A figure sat cross-legged on one of the pods, watching him. Lyra. She looked up at him, her large eyes curious. She tilted her head, and for a moment Alex felt like she was studying him the same way he might study a new animal in a lab. "Hello," Alex said, trying to keep his voice calm. "I'm Alex, I guess. You're my roommate?" Lyra's mouth, or what served as one, curved into a smile. "I am Lyra Thalarian. You are human." Her voice was soft, melodic, and had a strange rhythm that made every word sound important. "Yes, that's me," Alex replied, feeling awkward. He set his bag down and looked around. "So, how do we, share the room?" Lyra floated slightly above the pod. "We coexist. Space is shared. Personal items separate. Schedule flexible." She pointed to a small holographic panel near the ceiling. "You may set preferences." Alex frowned at the hologram, but he smiled nervously. "Okay, that sounds reasonable." For the next few hours, Alex unpacked his things while Lyra observed. She never touched anything but occasionally tilted her head as if judging whether he was doing it correctly. Alex didn't mind. There was something fascinating about her presence. She was both foreign and strangely calming. By evening, the station's artificial sun dimmed. Lights shifted to a soft blue glow to simulate night. Alex finished organizing his small desk and plopped onto his pod, exhausted. Living on a station meant adjusting to its artificial cycles, and today had been overwhelming. Lyra hovered near the window, looking at the stars. "Do you miss Earth?" she asked, her voice almost a whisper. Alex nodded. "Sometimes, but this place is incredible. Seeing it up close, it's nothing like the pictures." He looked at her. "Do you miss your homeworld?" She paused. "Thalera is water and light, calm, but I learn here, observe, adapt." Alex nodded. "I guess we're both learning." The night passed quietly. Alex tried to sleep in his pod while Lyra remained floating near the window, her form occasionally glowing faintly as if reflecting starlight. He felt nervous about the first night with an alien roommate, but he forced himself to relax. Around midnight, Alex stirred. Something felt strange. A weight, or maybe a presence, hovered above him. His eyes snapped open. Lyra was above him, suspended in midair. Alex froze. You scared me," he said. "Why are you—" "I apologize," Lyra said quickly. "I require assistance. Device malfunction. Cannot correct alone. Your help needed." Alex blinked. "Device malfunction? What device?" Lyra's hands moved gracefully, projecting a small glowing object in the air. It was a compact device with shimmering circuits pulsing faintly. "ThoughtLink device. Connected to your presence. Erratic, dangerous if uncorrected." Alex frowned. Connected to me? Yes, you are near. Device interferes. Lyra's large eyes looked serious. We must fix it. Despite the awkwardness of the situation, Alex felt a strange thrill. Here he was, in the middle of space, helping an alien with technology that could, connect minds? Communicate thoughts? The possibilities were dizzying. Okay, he said, sitting up. Show me what to do. Lyra floated down to a safe distance, carefully demonstrating. The device hovered between them, glowing with blue energy. Alex watched closely, following her instructions. He touched the device as she directed, and a strange warmth pulsed through his fingertips. For a moment he thought he could sense Lyra's thoughts, not words but emotions, memories, curiosity. This is amazing, Alex whispered. Focus, Lyra said, her voice firm but gentle. Interference grows, concentrate. Together they worked through the night. Alex adjusted wires, pressed panels, and followed her precise movements. Lyra's movements were fluid and graceful, a dance in zero gravity, while he fumbled at first but gradually gained confidence. Hours passed. They communicated without speaking much, through gestures, shared glances, and subtle movements. By morning, the device hummed steadily, its light soft and even. The interference had stopped. Lyra floated closer to Alex. You assisted successfully. Device stable. Gratitude. Extended, Alex chuckled, exhausted. I think we make a pretty good team. Perhaps, she said. Her large eyes seemed to sparkle with a hint of amusement. Adaptation. Continues. The station's morning cycle began. Light filled the room and Alex looked out the window at Earth below, glowing softly. He realized something important. Despite differences in appearance, culture and biology, humans and aliens could find common ground. And perhaps, he thought with a small smile, living with an alien roommate wouldn't be so bad after all. But deep down, Alex had no idea what adventures awaited him on Astra 9, or what unexpected challenges Lyra and her mysterious technology would bring next. For now, he allowed himself to rest. Tomorrow would be the real beginning. After the first night, Alex felt both exhausted and strangely exhilarated. Helping Lyra fix her ThoughtLink device had been confusing, exhausting, and fascinating all at once. He still didn't fully understand how it worked, some kind of alien technology that could connect thoughts, but he felt a spark of curiosity he hadn't felt before. The day began with the station's usual bustle. Humans rushed to their labs, aliens floated gracefully through corridors, and robots moved quietly, performing maintenance. Alex joined the morning orientation session, where new arrivals learned basic rules of cohabitation with alien species. He listened carefully, but his mind kept drifting to Lyra and the strange device she carried. During lunch, Alex sat at a shared table. Humans, Thalarians, and a few other species mingled together. Lyra floated silently beside him, her long fingers tracing the air as she observed other residents. Alex tried to make conversation. So you've lived here a while? He asked. Yes. Observation, learning, adaptation, Lyra replied. Her voice was calm and even, but Alex sensed there was something unsaid. What about the ThoughtLink device? Does it always connect to others? He asked cautiously. Lyra's large eyes widened slightly. It is meant for controlled communication among Thalarians. It was not designed for humans. Malfunction. Caused accidental link with you. Uncommon, dangerous if ignored. Alex nodded, trying to hide the thrill in his chest. Accidental link with me? That is insane. Later in the afternoon, Alex returned to their shared room. Lyra was already floating near the window, her gaze fixed on the stars. He unpacked his books, tried to focus, but curiosity gnawed at him. I want to understand it better, he admitted. The device. I felt something when we were fixing it, like I could sense your thoughts. Lyra tilted her head, her eyes reflecting the artificial sunlight. Correct. Device can transmit simple emotions and images when properly aligned. Thoughts are more difficult. Risk of confusion or overload. Alex's eyes widened. So, it can connect minds? Yes, partially, not intended for humans. But you assisted? Adaptation accelerated. Lyra floated closer, her gaze steady. You wish to explore further? Alex hesitated, then nodded. Yes, I want to understand you. And your technology. I want to help. Lyra studied him for a moment, then nodded. Then tonight, we attempt controlled link. Night came quickly. The station's artificial lights dimmed. leaving the room bathed in soft blue. Alex sat on his pod feeling nervous. Lyra hovered above, her form glowing faintly. The device floated between them, pulsating gently. "Prepare yourself," Lyra said. "Device will connect gradually. Focus on calm thoughts. Emotions, simple. No fear," Alex took a deep breath. "Simple thoughts. Calm. Got it." Lyra extended her hands and the device shimmered, projecting faint waves of blue light that surrounded Alex. At first, he felt nothing unusual. Then suddenly a rush of images and feelings flooded his mind. He saw vast oceans of glowing blue light, schools of shimmering creatures moving in perfect harmony. He felt a sense of peace and belonging he had never. Life on Astra 9 quickly settled into a pattern for Alex. Days were filled with training, lessons, and exploring the vast corridors of the station. Nights were different. Sometimes he and Lyra practiced with the ThoughtLink device. Sometimes they simply talked about their worlds, trading questions and stories. The more Alex learned about Lyra, the more curious he became. Thalarians lived mostly underwater, surrounded by glowing coral and strange creatures. They didn't build cities like humans did. Instead, they shaped their environments in harmony with nature. Lyra's calm way of speaking reflected her culture, measured, thoughtful, deliberate. For her part, Lyra asked Alex about Earth constantly. "What is forest? What is pizza? What is laughter?" Her questions came like waves, each one surprising him. Alex enjoyed explaining. Sometimes she even tried mimicking human laughter, though it came out as a soft melodic hum. But beneath this growing friendship, small disturbances began to appear on the station. One morning, Alex woke to the sound of alarms echoing through the corridors. Red lights flashed briefly before the station AI announced, "Minor energy fluctuation in Section 12. System stabilized. Please continue normal operations." Alex sat up, rubbing his eyes. "What was that about?" he asked. Lyra floated silently near the window, her eyes narrowed. "Energy fields, unstable. Not usual." Later that day, while Alex attended a lecture about human-alien cooperation, whispers spread among cadets. Some claimed they had strange dreams that felt too vivid, as if they were not their own. Others reported seeing flickers of light in their rooms at night. Alex listened but said nothing. He couldn't ignore the ThoughtLink device. Could it be connected? That night, he brought it up to Lyra. "People are saying they're seeing things. Strange dreams. Energy problems in the station. Do you think it could be your device?" Lyra hesitated. "Possible. Device connects thoughts. Station energy fields. Disrupt balance. Device may leak into environment," Alex frowned. "Leak, you mean other people might be getting connected?" "Yes," Lyra admitted. "Uncontrolled. Dangerous." The idea made Alex's stomach twist. If the device could accidentally link minds, what if someone panicked? What if humans weren't ready to handle alien thoughts? He imagined chaos spreading through the station. "We need to fix this," Alex said firmly, "before it gets worse." The next day, his fears grew stronger. During breakfast, a human cadet suddenly dropped his tray and clutched his head. "I saw water," the cadet gasped. "So much water." "Voices, not mine." Medical staff rushed him away, assuring others it was just stress. But Alex exchanged a quick glance with Lyra. They both knew better. That evening, in their shared room, they examined the device again. It floated between them, pulsing irregularly as if struggling against itself. "Magnetic fields of station interfere," Lyra explained. "Device not stable here. Need recalibration. Can we do it ourselves?" Alex asked. "Perhaps, but risk high." Alex leaned forward. "Then we'll take the risk. If humans are already experiencing side effects, we can't just sit here." Lyra's gaze softened. "You are determined. Humans always rushing into danger." Alex grinned faintly. "Yeah, that's what we do best." They began working late into the night. Alex held tools while Lyra made precise adjustments to the device's glowing core. At times, Alex felt waves of emotion spill out of it. Fear, curiosity, and something vast like the weight of an ocean. As he worked, Alex's imagination guided him. Instead of just following Lyra's instructions, he suggested small changes, testing human creativity against alien precision. At first, Lyra seemed skeptical, but when one of his ideas stabilized the device for a few minutes, her eyes lit up with surprise. "Human creativity? Useful," she admitted. "See?" Alex said with a smile. Sometimes thinking the wrong way helps, but their progress was fragile. Just as they thought they had stabilized the device, a surge of energy rippled through the room. The lights flickered and Alex stumbled backward. Images burst into his mind, faces he didn't know, voices shouting, alien landscapes swirling together. He cried out, clutching his head. "Lyra, what's happening?" Lyra floated close, her hands glowing faintly as she steadied the device. Link expanding uncontrolled. "Station energy interfering." Alex forced himself to focus. He pictured calm forests, earth sunsets, anything steady. Slowly, the storm of images quieted. His breathing slowed, though sweat clung to his forehead. "That was close," he whispered. "Too close," Lyra said gravely. "Device must be recalibrated in energy core of station." "Only there, stable environment," Alex's eyes widened. The energy core was restricted. Only authorized personnel could access it. But he knew they had no choice. "Then we'll go there," Alex said. Lyra studied him for a moment, then nodded. Dangerous, but necessary. The following day, Alex couldn't focus on his training. His mind kept returning to the plan. Sneaking into the energy core was risky. If caught, they could be expelled, or worse. But he also knew the strange disturbances were spreading. More people whispered about dreams that weren't theirs. By evening, Alex and Lyra had a rough plan. They would wait until the late cycle, when most corridors were quiet. Then they would make their way toward the restricted sector. Alex's heart raced just thinking about it. As the lights dimmed and the station shifted into its artificial night, Alex tightened his boots and checked his wrist console. Lyra floated beside him, the device glowing faintly in her hands. "You ready?" he asked. "Adaptation requires risk," Lyra replied simply. Together they slipped out of their module. The corridors were quiet, only a few service robots humming by. Alex led the way, his memory of the station's maps guiding him. Every so often he glanced at Lyra, who floated with silent grace, her eyes glowing faintly in the dark. When they neared the restricted area, Alex felt his chest tighten. Security drones patrolled the hall. They ducked into a maintenance shaft, crawling through narrow spaces filled with pipes and humming machinery. Sweat trickled down Alex's back, but he pressed forward. Finally, they emerged near the heavy doors of the energy core. The door glowed with warning signs in multiple languages. Authorized personnel only. Alex exhaled. "This is it." Lyra floated closer, her expression calm but serious. "Device must synchronize here. Only way to stabilize." Alex placed his hand on the cold metal door. He had no idea what awaited them inside, but he knew one thing. Humans had always found ways to survive the impossible, and if this device was going to cause chaos on the station, then he and Lyra had to stop it, no matter the risk. Word count. 1,205 words. The heavy doors to the energy core loomed before Alex and Lyra like guardians of some forbidden temple. Bright red letters flashed across the steel surface. Authorized personnel only. Alex felt his throat tighten as he stood there in the dim corridor, listening to the steady hum of the station all around them. "Any ideas how we actually get inside?" he whispered. Lyra floated closer to the panel beside the door. Her slender fingers brushed across glowing controls, but the screen stayed stubbornly locked. Access restricted. "Human codes required," Alex sighed. "Figures. So we need a human code. Which I don't have." Lyra's large eyes blinked slowly. "Perhaps improvise," Alex smirked nervously. "Yeah, improvising is kind of a human specialty." He looked around until his gaze fell on a nearby maintenance hatch. "Maybe we can bypass the lock through the service conduits." They slipped inside the hatch, crawling through tight shafts that smelled faintly of metal and recycled air. Pipes rattled softly under their weight. Alex's heart pounded with every movement, half expecting an alarm to blare. After several minutes, they emerged in a small chamber with a bundle of thick, glowing cables running into the core. Alex tapped his wrist console, connecting to the system. "All right, if I can reroute the security signal for a few seconds, the door should open," he said. Lyra hovered beside him. "Your confidence, surprising." "You are not trained engineer." Alex gave her a quick grin. "Nope, but humans are good at figuring things out when we have no other choice." He typed quickly, sweat gathering on his brow. Numbers and warning icons flashed on his console. For a tense moment, nothing happened. Then click, the heavy doors hissed open, releasing a faint blast of warm air. Alex exhaled in relief. "See? Improvisation." Lyra tilted her head, a small hum of amusement escaping her throat. Perhaps humans have value. Beyond recklessness, the energy core was massive. A cavernous chamber stretched before them, filled with pulsing reactors, glowing conduits, and shimmering magnetic fields. The air vibrated faintly with power. At the center, a giant column of energy pulsed upward like a captured star, bathing everything in blue-white light. Alex stopped in awe. "It's beautiful. Dangerous," Lyra corrected softly. "Energy field strong. Device must align carefully or risk catastrophic surge." They moved cautiously toward a small platform overlooking the core. Lyra floated gracefully, her form glowing faintly in the energy's reflection. Alex followed, feeling tiny compared to the vast machinery surrounding them. Lyra placed the thought-link device on the platform. It pulsed erratically, like a heart beating out of rhythm. "This is where recalibration must occur," she said. Alex nodded, rolling up his sleeves. "Tell me what to do." For the next hour, they worked together. Lyra adjusted the alien circuits while Alex rerouted human power lines on the console. At first, their movements were clumsy. Lyra's instructions were too precise and Alex's improvised. The orbital station Astra 9 floated silently in the darkness of space. But inside, chaos was growing. Energy pulses ran wild through the power grids, making lights flicker and machines hum in strange rhythms. Doors sometimes refused to open. Alarms rang without cause, and communication links broke in and out like whispers lost in the wind. Alex had never seen the station in such a state. He stood by the wide window in the common hall, watching Earth far below, glowing blue and calm. The contrast made him uneasy. Humans had built great things, but now one small error in the systems could bring disaster. Beside him, Lyra shifted nervously. Her translucent skin shimmered faintly in the light, revealing her unease. She carried the thought-link device in her hands, the small alien machine that had caused both trouble and hope. "It is not only my device," Lyra said softly, her voice almost like a song. "The whole station is weak. The grids cannot hold. Soon the oxygen systems will fail and the shield will break." Alex rubbed his forehead. "So what you're saying is, if we don't fix this, everyone here, humans and aliens, will be in real danger." She nodded slowly. Alex turned to her. "Then we have no choice. We'll fix it, together." The engineers on the station had tried everything, but their methods were slow and careful. The energy grid needed a solution that was not in any manual. Lyra believed her people's technology could stabilize the power lines, but it needed a human mind to guide the final steps. "Your kind," Lyra explained, "has something my kind does not. You see patterns in chaos. You imagine when rules break. That is why I came to you first. That is why we must work together." Alex frowned. "You mean humans are good at improvising?" Her wide alien eyes blinked. "Improvising, yes, that." They spread out the plans on a large digital table. Glowing lines showed the station's main power systems. Certain areas flashed red, warning of collapse. "If we join my thought-link device to the central core," Lyra explained, "it will balance the signals, but it cannot think alone. It needs a partner." "Your mind," Alex looked at the map. He wasn't an engineer, but he understood enough. It sounded dangerous. The thought-link device had already dragged him into strange dreams before. What if this time it hurt him? But he saw the fear in Lyra's face. She was trusting him, a simple human, to save not just her but the whole station. Alex took a deep breath. "All right, let's do it." The first step was to reach the central power core. That meant going through the maintenance tunnels. These tunnels were narrow, filled with humming pipes, sparking wires, and floating repair drones. As they crawled inside, Alex grumbled. "You know, when I thought about living in space, I didn't picture crawling through vents like some kind of rat." Lyra gave a strange chirp, her version of laughter. "Perhaps that is why humans are strong. You adapt even when conditions are poor." They moved carefully, but soon trouble came. A repair drone scanned them and blocked their way. Its sensors glowed red. "Unauthorized access detected," the machine said in a flat voice. Alex groaned. "Great. Now even the robots are against us." Before the drone could sound an alarm, Lyra touched her device and sent a pulse of energy. The drone froze, then floated aside. "Sometimes," she said, "force is faster than asking permission." Alex chuckled. "Remind me never to make you angry." At the core finally, they reached the central chamber. The power core glowed like a star trapped in glass, beams of light shooting into the walls. But the glow flickered dangerously as if the star was about to shatter. Alex swallowed hard. So that's what keeps us alive. No pressure. Lyra placed the thought-link device against the core. The alien machine latched on, its surface shifting like liquid. She turned to Alex. Now it must join with you. Place your hand here. He hesitated, remembering the last time he had touched it when dreams had spilled into his mind. But there was no other choice. Slowly, he placed his hand on the device. A surge of light ran through him. His thoughts expanded, stretching across the station. He could feel the power grids, the broken circuits, the rushing streams of energy. It was overwhelming. Lyra's voice entered his mind. Do not fight it, guide it. Imagine the flow becoming calm. Think of balance, Alex focused. He pictured a river, wild and stormy, calming into a smooth flow. The broken circuits began to align in his vision. The flashing red lines turned yellow, then green, but the core resisted. Sparks flew and alarms blared. His head throbbed. It's too much, he cried. You can do this, Lyra whispered in his thoughts. Humans always do what others believe is impossible. Show me. Her faith gave him strength. He pushed harder, shaping the energy with his mind. Slowly, the storm inside the station began to quiet. The final push, just as victory seemed near, the system threw one last challenge. A surge of energy exploded, threatening to burn out the entire grid. Alex gasped, falling to his knees. Lyra caught him, her strange hands steady on his shoulders. Share your focus with me, she urged. We will do this together. Their minds linked fully. For a moment, Alex saw through her eyes. Deep oceans, shining coral towers and currents of light that her people swam through like birds in the sky. She, in turn, saw Earth through his memories. Forests, cities, and children laughing under the sun. Together, they shaped the final flow of energy. The core steadied, glowing bright and calm. The alarms silenced. The red warnings faded to green. The station was safe. Celebration Alex collapsed back against the wall, breathing hard. His head spun, but he smiled. We actually did it. Lyra's shimmering skin glowed warmly. Yes, we did it, together. Engineers rushed in, their eyes wide with shock. What happened? The whole system just stabilized. Alex grinned weakly. Let's just say, sometimes you need a little human imagination and a little alien science. A new bond that night. The station held a small celebration. Humans and Thalarians sat together, sharing food and stories. For the first time, laughter filled the halls instead of alarms. Alex and Lyra sat side by side, still tired but proud. You were right, Alex said. Improvising really is our specialty. Lyra tilted her head. And trust is mine. Without you, my device would fail. Without me, your mind would break. Alone, we are weak. Together, we are strong. Alex raised his cup. To humans and aliens, roommates, friends, and now, saviors of this station, they laughed, clinking cups. The danger had passed, but their bond had only grown stronger. In the darkness of space, Astra 9 now shone with new hope. A home where humans and aliens could face the unknown. Side by side, the orbital station Astra 9 hummed softly in the calm of space. For the first time in weeks, it was quiet. Not the quiet of emptiness, but the quiet of balance. Lights glowed steadily, doors operated normally, and machines purred without interruption. The energy grids were finally stable, thanks to the efforts of Alex and Lyra. Alex sat by the window of their shared module, staring at the tiny blue and green marble of Earth below. He still could not believe what had happened. He had started as a nervous human newcomer, unsure of his place among the stars. Now he had saved a station full of humans and aliens, proving that even one human mind, combined with curiosity and courage, could make a difference. Lyra floated beside him, her translucent skin glowing softly. She had returned the thought-link device to its normal, harmless form. Its pulse was steady now, no longer flashing or unstable. She had also taken the time to explain more about her people, their culture, and their ways of thinking. You did well, she said quietly. Her melodic voice seemed to vibrate in Alex's chest. Without your input, stabilization would not have been possible. Humans are more capable than I expected. Alex laughed softly. Thanks, I guess we make a good team. Lyra tilted her head, studying him for a moment. We do. Cooperation strengthens both species, perhaps. Together we are greater than we imagine. Alex nodded, staring out at the Earth. He realized she was right. Humans had always relied on creativity, curiosity, and empathy to overcome challenges. Alone, they could achieve many things, but together with other species, they could achieve much more. A new problem, just as he was beginning to relax, an alert flashed on his wrist console. A minor energy fluctuation had been detected in the outer corridors of the station. Nothing serious, but it was unusual. Alex frowned. Lyra, do you think the device could be causing more disturbances? She floated closer, her eyes narrowing slightly. No, device is stable now, but the station is old in some systems. Adaptation may take time. Human creativity may be needed again. Alex smiled. Sounds like another adventure. Lyra's lips curved in a faint melodic smile. Perhaps. Humans always seem to find challenges, and meet them. For the first time, Alex felt proud, not just of himself, but of humanity as a whole. Humans had always faced dangers with limited resources, thinking creatively when rules failed. It was what made them valuable in the galaxy. Spreading knowledge over the next few days, Alex worked with Lyra to help station engineers understand the ThoughtLink device. He showed them how human intuition could complement alien technology. Engineers marveled at how one human mind could guide an alien machine to stabilize a station-wide network. News spread quickly among both humans and aliens on the station. Alex and Lyra became a symbol of cooperation. They were not just roommates anymore. They were examples of how species could work together, learning from each other's strengths. Even simple things like how humans solved problems by thinking outside